Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to try to understand a news on the block website. Let's start. The news is Bitcoin options worth over 6.3 billion set to expire this Friday on Deribit. First, let's try to understand what Bitcoin options is and also what is Deribit platform. Let's start with Deribit platform itself. When we go to the Deribit webpage, we can see the slogan is telling us trade crypto derivatives. And then they are telling us trade options, perpetuals, futures, and spot at Deribit. Deribit platform itself is the industry leader in the crypto derivatives industry. So to confirm that, we can go to Google and we can write Bitcoin options, statistics, the block. And then if we go to this page, we can see some charts about Bitcoin options. And on this chart, as you can see, the green color is representing OKX, the purple one is representing Binance, and the blue one is representing Deribit platform itself. So this chart is telling us Deribit is far larger than the others in the crypto derivatives market. So we have confirmed that. And now let's try to understand what Bitcoin options is. So the options, as in the name, has lots of options and details. In this video, I will try to mention some basic part of it. So in Bitcoin options system, there are two sides. One of them is the seller, we can say the put, and the other one is the buyer, and we can say it is the call side. And we are using a platform, and in this example it is a Deribit platform. So basically the seller is selling a contract, and this contract has some details, and these details are bringing the name as options. So this is the contract details. Generally, these details containing some similar things, but it can change. So the buyer on the platform is listing all the contracts, and if he likes one of them, he come to buy that contract. To buy it, he needs to pay a pre-deposit to the seller. So the seller is getting a prior payment from the buyer. For example, we can say USDT. And generally in the contract, it is telling that Bitcoin price will hit to a certain point in a certain period of time. In this example, let's consider 80K for the price. And in this example, in the news, it is mentioning us 26th of April. So there is a strike price in this contract. While they are making the agreement, the strike price is a lower price. For example, it can be 60K as a strike price. So in this certain period of time until the 26th of April, if the price hits to 80K for Bitcoin, the buyer wins this contract. And according to the contract, on that certain date, the buyer can get Bitcoin for 60K, and he can sell that Bitcoin for the exact price. In this example, it is 80K. And in one day, the buyer can profit for one Bitcoin $20K. So if the price does not hit to 80K in this certain duration, then the buyer cannot get the deposit payment back from the seller. So the seller will close the contract with the payment within himself. In this process, the Deribit platform itself is matching the buyer and the seller, and in some contracts it is playing a crucial role. So we have tried to understand the basics for the Bitcoin options, but that is not all. If you want to learn more about options, you need to go to Deribit platform, you need to read everything very carefully, and then if you want to test yourself, you can buy or sell some contracts, but you need to be very careful in details. So in this news, it is telling us about 6.3 billion. So let's try to find this number, what is going on here. To find that number, we need to go to Google and we can write Bitcoin option statistics on Deribit platform. When we come to this page, we can see the statistics on Deribit platform itself. We can go down at the page, and in here you can see 26 April of 2024. And when I come to here with my mouse, I can see a number which is 96,500 Bitcoin. So if I multiply this number with the current price of Bitcoin, I am coming up with a number around $6.2 billion. So we have come to this number now. So we are in the correct place. So this chart is representing the correct number. And also we can see other days with the expire information as we can see. But for this new, we only need one day and it is tomorrow. So there is this line in here. I am adjusting it to 1 to see only tomorrow. When I release it, as you can see in here, right now I only have the information for tomorrow. For tomorrow on the left, I can see the calls, buyers, and the puts, the sellers. So in this chart, I can see the calls is around 60% and the puts is around 40%. It means that the calls are higher than the puts, and the estimation is that the Bitcoin price will increase likely. But we need to be aware, if all calls win tomorrow, they will be able to buy the Bitcoin at their strike price, for example, $60,000, and they will be able to sell for the current price of Bitcoin. For example, if the price hits tomorrow to 80K, they will be able to sell at 80K or 75K. So it means that if the whales of Bitcoin are following these charts, they will not be happy for this process. Plus the Deribit platform itself, plus the puts, the sellers will not be happy about the situation. So they will act as not increasing the Bitcoin price until that day to a certain point. So it is likely the Bitcoin price will not increase and drop a little bit. Generally, in the bull market, this scenario repeating itself. The calls are generally higher and the expire date is generally on Fridays, and generally when the expire date arrives on Fridays, the Bitcoin price drops a little bit, and then on Saturday, following Sunday and Monday, the puts which profiting, the whales which are following the situation and Deribit platform itself starting to buy in the weekend after this process finalized. In the bull market, this process is repeating itself for the last 3 or 4 years. In the bear market, the scenario is different, but the bull market is resuming like that. But plus, we need to be aware of one more thing. Of course, all the whales and the people on the community which are following these charts and aware of this situation is acting differently sometimes. And it means that sometimes the situation is changing and it is creating a risk. History is repeating itself, but not always. We need to be aware of that as well. So in this video, we have tried to understand this news a bit, not really deep. If you want to learn more about these terms, you can search by yourself. If you already know more than us, please leave a comment under this video and we will learn from you, and I'm gonna pin your message. And please do not forget, nothing is financial advice in this video, and I'm not a financial advisor, and hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.